This is about legal as opposed to illegal. Period.
If I break the law, you're going to come down on me real quick. And yet, you are not following the law. You are breaking the law.
And please, use the word illegal aliens. They came across here illegally.
A lot of folks hot and bothered over those illegal immigrant buses that just keep on coming and coming. And angry Marietta, California residents want to know why they keep on coming and coming and why no one in Washington is explaining. Sheriff Joe Arpaio in neighboring Arizona says that's because this is exactly what the administration's been planning. Sheriff, good to see you. All by design, you think?
Yeah, listen, Neil, 2 weeks ago I was on your show. You were one of the first to pick up on all the illegals, young people coming into our country, housed or dumped on the Greyhound bus station. But you remember what I said at that time. I said that the president will use this situation to bash Congress and go out with executive orders. 2 days ago he did. So I think it's calculated. He knew this would happen, and he's using it for political reasons.
But to what end? If you get a lot of buses with illegals in them, you only raise tempers and make Americans think this has got to be out of control.
Well, you know what? I hate to say this, but let me just tell you one thing. I was director in Mexico City in Latin America with the U.S. Drug Enforcement. We were operational. We were working next to the military and the federales. Maybe it's about time to send the Border Patrol or the military across the border, bilateral, and work with the authorities there like we used to do. That's my opinion. I know it's a little probably controversial, but it makes sense.
Well, given all the other failing strategies, it does make sense. Here's a question I have for you, though, Sheriff, because I don't understand. I see the buses coming here. I never see them going back there.
You mean the buses coming
in? Yeah, the buses that come here with all the illegals, and they're told they have to turn around, or they're embarrassed to be turned around because they're caught on live TV, but they don't. They don't do that.
I guess the government has a great travel agency. I think they're enhancing these people to come across our border. But once they get across, you ought to send them back where they came from. Very simple.
But what you've discovered is no matter how many times you send them back or give them to ICE or whomever, the same folks end up in your jail cells.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We did a survey of 3,000 people in the jails I run for all different crimes, but they happen to be here illegally. We turn them over to the government, and guess what? They keep coming back over and over again. So either they're letting them go in the streets, or they're deporting them, and they keep coming back. I just wrote again to the Secretary of Homeland Security asking for an explanation, which I probably will never get. But that's sad what's going on this immigration problem.
Well, what happened, Sheriff, and I know we touched on it before, like in Phoenix when a lot of illegals were dumped off at these bus stations, do they just sort of scatter and no one is keeping track of them?
Well, their program is to send them across the country, check in with ICE. What are you kidding?
They're not going to check in. They're not going to check in with anybody.
Come on, so it's a form of amnesty.
Yeah,
it's a form of, and we got to start getting tough, Neil. You know what? Maybe we ought to take away foreign aid like we threatened under Nixon when I worked there. Take away their foreign aid until they straighten this problem out on that side of the border.
Real quickly, the president has this plan, this $2 billion plan, it says, to address this urgent matter that you say he created, but nothing in that $2 billion plan includes border enforcement. What do you think of that?
No, they're going to hire more people, allegedly more judges, on and on and on, and take care of the kids. But that's not going to work. What's $2 billion? That's a joke.
Yeah, it does put the Republicans on defense. Sheriff Joe Arpaio, thank you, sir.